This NFL Mailbag presented by our good friends Manscaped. All the guys out there, and for the ladies watching, if you want to get your men set up, go to manscaped.com/chat. 20% off and free shipping on the best male grooming products. We go live on Wednesdays, and this is the time for y'all to submit your questions, or you can super chat. We got Shamari Peoples. I believe that Kyle Pitts is listed as a tight end and wide receiver. At what position could he make the bigger impact in the Patriots offense, assuming he goes to New England?
There's a great question, first off. Kyle Pitts is a tight end in the same way that Darren Waller and honestly even Travis Kelce and Evan Ingram are tight ends in the sense that, yes, they're probably going to be designated as tight ends in the NFL.
Correct.
But if you line them up only in line at tight end, honestly, you're an idiot of a coach.
Yep.
Like, you are not using that player. I think, like, high-end usage at in-line is about 63%, two-thirds, around what the Raiders use Darren Waller this year.
I love that you use the Darren Waller comparison. There has not been a player in a long time where I say he is literally Darren Waller, 6'6", 240. It's there.
And I'm honestly down for like 50% of the time even. He's in line, hand in the dirt at tight end. That other third to 50%, you put him in the slot and actually out wide as a boundary, as an X or a field receiver. Like, you put him out there with slot guys inside of him.
I think what Chase Claypool's done, I think
you still want to use him some at inline because that makes it easier to actually get him on linebackers and safeties.
For sure.
To utilize him as a full mismatch weapon, you play him at tight end and your more typical receiver role. In the end, don't think of him as just a tight end, just a receiver. Think of him as a playmaker. Patriots need those guys. I think that's a good path for them.
Let's go to Emil. What up, Emil Pedersen? What up, brother? Who will be better next season? Cowboys or the Raiders?
Do you want to go on 3?
Oh, boy.
Not all of your Raiders fans are watching.
I mean,
You're
okay.
thinking about it.
I
I'm
am.
ready to go.
Let's go.
Okay, you ready?
Yep.
Count it down.
3, 2, 1.
Cowboys. Ah, yes, we win.
See, the only reason why is because I think with Dak Prescott, that team is a lot
Great.
more complete, and their offense is a lot more ready to rock and roll. But for the Raiders, there's still so many more missing pieces. If the Cowboys don't bring back Dak, it's not even close to me.
It's the Raiders. Yeah, I agree.
And then it's the Raiders. But from what I know right now, I'm going to go ahead and go with the Cowboys. But it's not going to be, I think, too much of a crazy landslide. But we do get to see, because the Raiders and Cowboys, they do end up playing this year.
Yeah, that'll be a fun game. Absolutely agree with it.
Super chat coming in from David Vielma. Top 5 free agents we should keep but won't. Still FAB. You're talking about the 49ers.
Jeez, for the Niners. They're in kind of a tricky spot in terms of this offseason.
Richard Sherman's probably their top free agent. He's not coming back,
like, as I go through like their top guys, like, I think you're going to try to find a way to keep Trent Williams almost most importantly.
Actually, he's probably number one.
Just because of the impact of the position, and I think Williams has a little bit longer left in his career relative to Sherman. I mean, I think Solomon Thomas is gone. I think you find a way to keep Juszczyk, Tart, and maybe Quan Williams. Kerry Hyder actually played pretty well for you this past year, so there will be some tough decisions to make for San Francisco. Also, FAB. I love it, David.
If everyone who's chanting out there, FAB, if you're on the same train as us, hit that subscribe button as well. If you want NFL videos the entire offseason, maybe around the latest NFL trade rumors, the latest NFL mock drafts, NFL draft rumors, like literally, we're going to keep you guys up to date. New videos every single 3 hours, so make sure you don't miss it. Hit that big red button that says subscribe. It's right underneath the video. Let's go here with Wayne Loco. We're going to stay here with the 49ers. Which quarterback should the 49ers draft? Okay, so you're getting rid of Jimmy G. If you're the 49ers, who are you taking?
Well, you're kind of in an awkward spot because in reality,
agree.
Trevor Lawrence and I think Justin Fields, we'll of course see what ends up happening in the championship game before we fully finalize his draft stock. I think there's a good chance they go 1-2. And if not, he's probably 4 to the Falcons or 7 to the Lions. And all of a sudden, you've got teams ahead of San Francisco that need a quarterback. The Niners are picking 12. And at the most important position in the NFL, what you can't do is hypothetically cut or trade Jimmy G and enter the draft at 12 still. Because you lose all your leverage. Everyone knows you're going to get a quarterback. You probably want to do what the Jets did a couple years ago and trade up to get Sam Darnold before the draft. And if that's the case, you're probably trying to get one of those other 3 guys. Fields probably a little bit less likely, then Wilson, and then Trey Lance. and you might got to get in the top 7 or even 6 or 5 to acquire that guy. So I wonder if a trade is actually better. How about a Matt Stafford if he becomes available, or a Matt Ryan if he becomes available?
So let us know in the comments, should the 49ers draft a quarterback? Y for yes, N for no. If you want to type T for trade, I don't hate that idea. And this is an idea that I love. If you're a 49ers fan, subscribe to our 49ers channel, youtube.com/49erstv. Super chat time. We got Ryan Ferris. What up, brother? Any idea what's happening with Justyn Ross?
Yeah, so Justyn Ross, earlier this season, it was revealed he was not going to be allowed to play at Clemson this past year because of a neck spinal type of injury that was a major concern.
He would have been their top receiver, right?
Yeah, absolutely. It was a spine abnormality that they found at birth, and they're like, nope, you can't do it. He had surgery in June, I believe is when that happened. The last I heard was near the middle of December. He got positive news from his doctor about being able to continue. Now, that matters. NFL teams will have to clear him. And I don't know if that's going to happen. So we'll see what happens with Ross. I think we'll know more around the combine when NFL teams get to actually evaluate him and see what's going on with that neck. But there will be teams that flunk him medical regardless.
Yep.
I don't know what happens to Ross. That's going to be one of the really unspoken about because it's just he hasn't played this year.
Yep.
One of the greatest wild cards in terms of potential upside in this year's draft class.
You got another super chat coming in from Jaden Henderson. As a reminder, use hashtag NFL or super chat to get your questions on the show. Super chat's the easiest way, though. What's up, my guys? I love the show. I've been praying for Dak, but should my Colts go after Wentz? And what should be our move in the draft?
I get that you want Dak there, Jaden. It's understandable. Wentz is an interesting idea for the Colts in terms of
just bring back Phillip.
What if he retires, though?
Okay.
Let's say Rivers, because I think that's the logical connection. Rivers calls it a career. There's a connection there with Carson Wentz. If you can, and this is also part of the weird stuff with his situation, he probably wants to do a restructure. Because if you bring him on, you get him to waive some future guaranteed money, balance it out a little bit, make it a little more palatable for the Colts side of it.
Yeah.
If he plays well, then he's going to want to get a new deal. His agent is not going to let him not feel that way. So if you can get Wentz, at least for year one, reduce some of your risk in 2022, I'm interested in that idea. It kind of buys you more time to see what Jacob Eason could end up being as well, hypothetically.
I know what Jacob Eason is. Sorry.
Yeah, you know what? Weird things happen, man.
I guess.
I think Wentz makes some sense. I am, however, truly unconvinced that there's going to be a lot of value in a trade for him.
Yeah.
And in terms of draft capital, as for the Colts, probably going to go offense here. You could look corner, especially if Xavier Rhodes moves on after his really big-time bounce-back year.
He had an incredible year.
Oh, incredible bounce-back year. Wow, I thought he was washed up. He did the reverse Mike Zimmer, Terrence Newman move. I think offensive line could make some sense. I don't know how much longer Anthony Costanzo's there. That might be an option. That's what I actually did in my mock draft. You guys can go check it out, of course. I am very curious to see what the Colts do. I think they have a great front office making their decisions. They're going to have a great class in the draft.
So speaking of Carson Wentz, do you think Carson Wentz is trimmed down below? Type C for clean or type D for dirty?
It's your Carson Wentz.
Is your Carson
Wentz
Wentz trimmed?
Reed.
Oh, wow. Is your Carson Wentz trimmed? That's not what I read at all. Clean or dirty?
Clean.
Yours is clean?
Yeah.
Mine's like in between.
Gross.
It's probably been a solid 6 days, which means I need to whip out the Lawnmower 3.0 from Manscaped. 20% off, and you're going to get free shipping at manscaped.com/chat. The reason why it's called the perfect package is because, guess what? Your package will look perfect after using their products. My favorite, though, the Lawnmower 3.0 fits great in your hand. Also, the 8-hour battery life. You can use this thing in the shower, and hey, I get it. Down there, it's hard to see, but there's a light on the edge of that blade, which is going to help you get into those hard-to-reach places. And if you're going outside, it's a hot day in Dallas, Texas, use the ball deodorant, use the ball toner, and you can respectfully know that your balls are super comfortable. I was going to say something else.
I thought you were going to go super dirty there.
Yeah, I honestly thought about it.
You went clean. Okay.
I thought about it, but
good
it's
for
all
you,
good.
Mitch. You're maturing or whatever.
The boxers, though, they're incredible. Also, the traveling case. I love the deodorant, though. If you wear a deodorant underneath your arms, you should wear it on your balls, too. Go to manscaped.com/chat. 20% off and free shipping on the best male grooming products out there. And also, they're putting the lights on today and turning your girl on as well. So let's get into this mailbag.
There you go. That's a good one.
I'll be kind of me. What up, Drake? You're next up here on NFL Daily. Now that the Eagles have the number 6 pick, who or what position are they going to take?
Great question. The Eagles are in a weird spot where they're picking 6, of course. So Jags, Jets, Dolphins, Falcons, Bengals, barring a trade, would be picking before them. I assume at least 2 quarterbacks, potentially even 3, end up going off the board in the top 5. So for Philadelphia, in terms of what you're looking to spend a top 6 pick on, in terms of what their needs are, I think you're looking quarterback, you're looking receiver, linebacker, only really probably Micah Parsons, and cornerback on top of that. Now, I thought about offensive line, but Penei Sewell's not getting past the Bengals. Come on, guys. So if there's a quarterback there, you gotta, yeah, I think you gotta do it. If Fields or Wilson are there, I think I do it. I like Trey Lance. I genuinely don't think the Eagles as an organization could go, yeah, here's another North Dakota State quarterback. That's not fair.
That's true.
I think that's a real possibility there.
Go down in the comments, y'all, and let us know who should the Philadelphia Eagles draft. And if you're a big-time Eagles fan, if you live in Philadelphia and you just want to know the latest around your team, go subscribe to our Eagles-only channel, youtube.com/EaglesNow. Next one's coming in from Vulcan Con, the DG Elite 23. Okay, will Pats trade for Trevor Lawrence? Good move.
It'd be a great move, but there's 0 chance it happens. I'm sorry. If the Jags pass on Trevor Lawrence, which they won't, they're idiots, and the Jets are like, awesome, thank you, we still got him.
I'm saying, how many first-round picks if they wanted to trade up?
Yes.
Seriously, it's like 5-6 first-round picks, I'd say, for Trevor Lawrence. Mm-hmm. Would you say I'm wrong?
I think it's from where the Patriots are at?
Yeah.
Higher.
Even more. Okay.
It's all of them. There's no chance.
Okay.
No chance.
Now, hey, y'all, if you want to talk more to Tom about NFL draft, anything going on in the NFL, hit him up on Twitter. Slide in his DMs. They are open at @WhatGoingDowney. So, seriously, he's always looking to answer your questions. Mm-hmm. If you want to hit me up on Instagram, I'm at MitchellRenz365. Down to talk NFL, fantasy football, Raiders, whatever you guys want to talk about. Literally something going on in your personal life. I got you covered. Hit me up. Slide in Tom. Slide in my DMs. They're open for a reason. All right, Jaden Henderson. Mitchell, you're my guy. Appreciate it, but Rivers is a disease. I don't know if I don't think that's fair.
Jaden, I get why you want more out of your quarterback. It's understandable. I don't think Rivers is a guy that can really win you a Super Bowl, frankly.
I agree with that.
But he was better than Wentz was this year.
Yes.
And maybe you can fix Wentz, but Rivers was a better quarterback.
All right, we got Jake. What do the Saints have to do this offseason to be able to play next year?
You mean like compete for the Super Bowl? I think that's what you really mean there, because, show up. They're in a really weird cap spot. And look, the salary cap is a myth to an extent. They'll be able to get under it. But years and years and years of kicking the can down the road have kind of caught up to them. Totally worth it. They would do it all over again. They would just hope for a little bit better results. I think for the Saints, number one is probably figuring out the quarterback spot.
Yep.
It's not Taysom, guys. I'm sorry. He's not the future. He's 31 or something already.
All right, John Hudson, Super Chat coming in. 2 rookie wide receiver injuries everywhere, no offense consistency. Watch every game. Drew Lock showed a lot of progression. He got a raw deal this year, in my opinion.
Drew Lock is in a very awkward situation.
He did get a raw deal, though.
The offensive line was banged up, but look, it's not the receiving corps' fault only that he was 10 of 24 with 2 interceptions against the Patriots, or that he was bad against the Chargers. Yes, the supporting cast was not good. And I think that's why, if you're Denver with where you're drafting, you're probably fine giving Locke one more year. And Jerry Jeudy had a bunch of drops, and Cortland Sutton was banged up. I understand there are a lot of mitigating circumstances, and there are moments of flashes from Drew Lock, but the consistency hasn't been there. If you want to give him the 3rd year, I'm on board with that. But if it doesn't show true growth next year, you got to move on at that point.
Super Chat coming in from Vulcan. What up, brother? Who will be the Patriots quarterback next season? Draft, free agency, trade?
That's a great question. Patriots, I think an ideal world for them is actually probably Matt Ryan. And I don't think the Falcons dump him in the offseason. They could just roll
back
with
up
Ryan.
North, played college football at Boston College.
Exactly. So there's a little bit of a local flair that gets to go home, quote unquote. I think if Matt Stafford becomes available, pick up the phone and make the offer, whatever it is to get him, go do it. I think if they're trying to truly contend, trade makes a lot of sense.
Ryan Fitzpatrick?
Oh,
free agent.
I actually don't hate that at all. That's actually kind of an interesting idea there. That's a good stopgap option. I don't think the guy exists on their roster. I think in terms of draft, unless they trade up, they're not in a great spot to truly get a franchise caliber guy.
Yep.
I'll throw in one more name. If the Niners go get a different quarterback,
Oh,
Jimmy Garoppolo.
Yeah.
I think that makes a lot of sense for them.